Donald Trump crippling our economy. And they also wanted to dangle magical rebates, money that's going to magically enter people's pockets that won't be inflationary. An awful press conference just unfolded in the White House after a disastrous day on the market. It seems this press conference was called to try to distract the public from the work that Doge is doing. Just don't be distracted on the havoc that they are causing to our country. Let me show you what went down in this disastrous press conference.
What do you get when you mix a stock market crash, a hockey bet, and a room full of panicked officials? The latest White House press conference, that's what. It's like they're trying to put out a forest fire with a squirt gun, and boy are they squirting hard. But don't worry folks, they've got it all under control, just like Trump's got his hair under control on a windy day.
And also, Donald Trump sent a message inviting Prime Minister Trudeau to the governors' meeting in the United States, saying that he should be a governor of a state in America. Here you have Caroline Leavitt saying that she looks forward to Canada becoming the 51st state.
Caroline, does President Trump have a bet with Trudeau about this USA-Canada hockey game tonight? And when there is a big hockey game on, is the president watching for the goals or for the fights?
Probably both.
Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now, back to the video. Alright folks, buckle up because we're about to dive into the wacky world of Trump's economic strategy. While Wall Street's having a meltdown that'd make a toddler's tantrum look tame, our fearless leader's busy playing hockey. Yep, you heard that right. The Donald swapped his golf clubs for a hockey stick, and he's challenging Canada to a face-off. Talk about skating on thin ice.
Over President Trump's comments to the team, I believe they're going to put out a video of that call. So he looks forward to watching the game tonight, and we look forward to the United States beating our soon-to-be 51st state, Canada. I think he's watching for the United States to win tonight. I know he talked to the USA hockey team this morning. He talked to the players after their morning practice around 10 o'clock. And I also spoke to some folks from that team after. They were jubilant.
Next up, you have Stephen Miller, and as Aaron Rupert says, Kim Jong-un thinks Stephen Miller is laying it on a little.
He has renamed the Gulf of Mexico to his correct and proper name, the Gulf of America. He has renamed Mount Denali into Mount McKinley, part of a historic effort to restore patriotism.
Picture this, economic advisors running around the White House like headless chickens trying to get Trump's attention. But nope, he's too busy practicing his slap shot. Maybe he thinks he can score a goal against inflation. Or body check the recession into submission. Who knows what's going on in that orange head of his? But wait, it gets better. While the economy is going down faster than a lead balloon, Trump's got a brilliant idea to save America.
Here, Mike Walls said, it shouldn't surprise you that my assessment has changed because now I do what Donald Trump tells me to do. Waltz. And Mike Walls here says that even though he previously said that Putin is to blame for the war in Ukraine because Russia invaded Ukraine.
In an op-ed in the fall of 2023 that, quote, Putin is to blame, certainly like Al-Qaeda was to blame for 9/11. Do you still feel that way now, or do you share the president's assessment as he says Ukraine is to blame for the start of this war?
Well, it shouldn't surprise you that I share the president's assessment on all kinds.
Drum roll, please. He wants to rename the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America because nothing says fixing the economy like slapping a new name on some water, right? I mean, why bother with boring stuff like fiscal policy when you can just play name tag with geography? And if you thought that was the pinnacle of economic genius, hold on to your hockey pucks. White House staff were reportedly seen frantically Googling how to turn hockey pucks into gold. I guess when your economic strategy is as solid as a chocolate teapot, you've got to get creative. Maybe they're hoping to melt down the Stanley Cup and use it to pay off the national debt. But here's the real kicker. While all this hockey hullabaloo is going on, Trump's economic whiz kid Kevin Hassett is floating the idea of replacing income taxes with tariff revenue, because nothing screams stable economy like throwing out decades of fiscal policy and replacing it with a system that hasn't been popular since, the 1800s. It's like they're trying to make economic time travel a thing. So will Trump's hockey strategy save the economy? Spoiler alert, it's about as likely as finding a vegetable on his dinner plate. But hey, at least we might win a game against Canada, and if that doesn't work out, we can always fall back on renaming more stuff. Mount Denali? Nah, let's call it Mount Trump. The Pacific Ocean? How about the Patriotic Ocean? The possibilities are endless. Folks, you thought Trump's hockey skills were questionable. Just wait till you meet his A-team of economic advisors. It's like he raided a clearance sale at the bargain bin of bad ideas. Who needs real solutions when you've got experts who think inflation is just a fancy word for a bouncy castle? Let's start with Kevin Hassett, the genius behind Dow 36,000. This guy predicted a stock market boom right before the dot-com bubble went pop. Talk about timing. It's like saying, this ship is unsinkable, while the Titanic is already halfway underwater. But hey, at least he's consistent. Now he's probably telling Trump, don't worry, sir, the economy's fine, it's just taking a little nap. And then we've got Mike Waltz, the national security advisor. This guy claims Trump can go toe-to-toe with world leaders like Putin and Kim Jong-un. Yeah, right? In what? A hot dog eating contest? A spray tan competition? Maybe a who can say the most ridiculous thing with a straight face challenge? I'd pay to see that, actually. But wait, it gets better. The Trump team's latest bright idea? Giving Americans $5,000 in rebates from Dogecoin. Because nothing says stable economy like basing it on a cryptocurrency named after a meme. Their logic? It won't cause inflation because the government isn't directly spending money. Genius. It's like saying, I'm not broke, I just don't have any money. Meanwhile, in the cabinet meetings, it's pure chaos. Picture this, Trump's doodling hockey sticks while his experts try to explain complex economic issues. It's like watching a bunch of scientists try to teach quantum physics to a goldfish. The goldfish might be more attentive though. And let's not forget the IRS situation. When questioned about deep cuts to the agency responsible for collecting revenue, Hassett probably responded with something like, revenue? Who needs that? We've got Dogecoin. It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him. Well, folks, it looks like our beloved Grumpy Trumpy's economic plan is about as solid as a house of cards in a hurricane, while he's busy trying to make America great again by renaming oceans and betting on hockey games. His brilliant team of advisors is cooking up some real doozies. But hey, don't take my word for it. Some party poopers are saying that instead of cutting inflation, Donnie Diapers' master plan might just balloon our national debt to a whopping $25 trillion in the next decade. Yikes! Apparently, giving tax cuts to his rich buddies isn't the magic solution after all. Who would have thunk it? Now, I know all this economic mumbo-jumbo can make your head spin faster than Trump's excuses. So why not brush up on your money smarts? There are some nifty fact-checking resources and economic literacy programs out there. You might even learn enough to become Trump's next economic advisor. Just remember to bring your own chocolate teapot to the interview.